Lightning like Steve McQueen. I'm in the fast lane when the light turns green. And I built tough, I ain't nothing but grit. Cause I made rugged blood, sweat, and spit. Yeah, like a horse I fly. Better push yourself in for a bumpy ride. I like to play hard, but I work harder. And I weather the storm cause I'm built stronger.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. We are live. It is the Freight Coach Morning Show, the top morning show in transportation, coming to you guys every single weekday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific, 10:30 Central, to break down some industry headlines and, most importantly, provide some actual insight into what you can do with all of this information. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. This is the real side of freight, ladies and gentlemen. What do I mean by that? I mean, I only speak to transportation professionals on this show, as well as my twice a week long form podcast, you guys, because at the end of the day, I want to put the right information out there that you can apply, utilize, and see a meaningful difference in your business and your life from the people who have done what you're looking to do or who are currently doing what you're trying to achieve. You know, at the end of the day, it's one of the many, many reasons I would probably fly this American flag behind me every single day. A, we're the greatest nation on earth, but B, I'm living my American dream, and I want to help each and every one of you live yours as well. It's going to be a solo show today. I had somebody DM me a question, so I'm going to answer that before we get into any of the articles today, you guys. And I mean, at the end of the day, if you have any questions, I know Fridays are Q&A day. You know, it's the time when you guys bring the Q, and I will always bring the A's on Friday. But you know, if something happens during the week here, you guys, just DM them over to me. I will answer them for you guys, because, you know, I understand, as somebody who is also trying to build their business up and do all of this with you guys, I want to help out in any way possible that I can. But before we go any further, before I answer that question, got to give a shout out to my friends over at VHub, you guys, vhubapp.com. Whether you're a broker, carrier, or a shipper, we all need access to trailers. And the best part, you get paid to move these trailers, you guys. That's right. That's on top of the revenue that you can get by loading these trailers out. You get paid to move these. Or, you know what, if you want to create a drop trailer pool, if you have an enterprise level shipper that's out there, if you want to start offering power only, this is a great way for you to go in there and do that. So what they're working on right now, you guys, is they have trailers in Stoughton, Wisconsin, needing to get over to Milton, Ontario, and you get $350 US per trailer. Now you can bring those over to Milwaukee or down to Chicago and stage them there if you have one of those shippers that moves consistently into Toronto, and then just drop them off over at Milton. That is a possibility. And now they also have like 250 trailers out in San Diego, California. You guys, they got some roll-up doors, and they got some standard 53-foot swing doors, and they're literally going all over the country. They range in price from $1,100 to $2,200 per move. You guys, they go to Georgia, Texas, Missouri, Michigan, Georgia, Wisconsin, Tennessee, Louisiana, Minnesota, Indiana, you name it, you guys. They're literally going all over the place. And then they also have Paragould, Arkansas, going to Mississauga, Ontario, you guys, and they pay $736 US per trailer. So hit them up, you guys, vhubapp.com. My friends, Zach Lonergan, he's already in the audience, as well as Stacy Steen. She'll be in the audience as well. You guys, just do me a favor. Let them know that the Freight Coach sent you. Tracy St. Clair, good morning. She's watching over on YouTube, you guys. And again, I've been told by everybody who was watching on other platforms and jumped onto YouTube that they have a better audio and video quality over on that stream. You guys, so if you want to go over there, just look up the Freight Coach. They'll bring it right to my channel. There he is, Zach Loner. Thank you, Zach. He says that's the only transportation podcast, in my opinion. I appreciate that, sir. Stephen Thompson, morning to you. Thank you for tuning in. William Powers, what is up, my man? Thanks for tuning in. Christine Stewart, good to see you. Good morning to you as well. Let me see here, you guys. Also, I want to give you guys a shout or a heads up. My friends over at Green Screens, you guys, they are doing, it's National Logistics Day tomorrow. And what they're doing is they want you to submit a crazy logistics story that's out there, and they're just a quick video sharing it over there. And then from there, they're going to select the top 3 stories, you guys, and then have the public vote. And then the winner's going to get a $500 gift card from Green Screens on this. So I know you guys all have some crazy stories, like straight up. We all have crazy stories about this industry. And then who doesn't want a $500 gift card, right? At the end of the day, shit, I'll take one. So yeah, you guys hit them up to submit them into Green Screens. They've been making some posts across social media, and as always, you guys, I can always put you in direct contact with them as well. So yeah, I like that one a lot. I mean, Jesus, we could go on. We could do an entire podcast series on the craziest logistics stories of what some people have seen out there. And I think it's a great little thing to get going up there around National Logistics Day. Diesel fuel also is at $3.80 a gallon nationwide. You guys, I get all that information over on the EIA.gov. And I track all that stuff on there, you guys, because it's very imperative to know where fuel is when you're bidding out freight. And also another shout out to green screens, you guys. I utilize them inside of my brokerage, and when I'm able to use and know where the fuel surcharge is at, especially for those customers who are bidding out line haul plus fuel, or if your customer's asking you to do that and they don't use a fuel schedule, for example, you can use EIA. Again, EIA is not an affiliate of mine. I just use them. It's one of the best ones out there for the most accurate fuel information. Sonny Sharma, what is up? He says, good morning, orange shirt gang. Let's fucking go. Let me see here. Now, the question that I got DM'd over to me, I didn't ask them if they could use their name, so I'm not going to use their name. But they had said, I have been in the logistics industry for over a decade. I can manage the shit out of an account, and operationally, I'm extremely knowledgeable. I recently decided to branch off and start my own freight agency with a focus on port drayage and domestic intermodal freight. For the first time in my career, I have found myself in a hunter / sales role. I find myself struggling to overcome common rejections that potential clients may respond with. The most common one I see is we are currently reducing the number of vendors that we work with and are not onboarding any new 3PLs and brokers. And the question is how would I respond to that? So the question is from somebody who's like, when the common sales objection you get, you guys, which is, we're not onboarding anybody. We're reducing our current network and everything. And ironically, I got something very similar this morning to that, right? Like, hey, we're not adding anybody new right now. And we're good with our current network and everything that is going on. And that's something that is going to be a constant, right? Especially in this market, we are going to be faced with that objection. And frankly, that's one of the, like, you even get that in other markets. And my whole thing is it's like, how many points of contact have we made by the time we received that message? And most of the time for me, at least in my current situation is I get that after emailing them like 4 or 5 times or calling them a few times. And then I start to get that objection or rejection, excuse me. And for me, like, there's an opportunity there. It might just not be today that I get onboarded from that, but like, how do I earn your business, right? For me, it's like, what additional value can I add into that prospect's network? And for me, it's always like, again, the articles of interest, right? Like industry specific articles. Like if I was going in, for you in drayage and ports, there's a ton of information out there right now about what could affect their freight. So it's like, I break down articles all the time about all the labor issues that are going out on the West Coast ports. Like, yeah, there's a tentative agreement, but it's not codified yet. Like it's not a fully agreed upon. So that would be an article of interest if their freight could be affected by that, or all like the train derailments that are going on and stuff out there. It's just keeping them informed. And to me, it's just about that recognition, right? Like they want like just getting your name, because it's only a matter of time, right? Like I don't care what anybody says. It's only a matter of time before somebody drops the ball. Where are they going to go when that happens? Are they going to reach out to you, or are they going to reach out to your competition in that moment because you stopped following up? I think that there's a great way of putting this. Because like most of the time I've gotten yeah, that's fine. You can reach out, just don't spam me. And that's the key, right? Is don't keep emailing them that you have access to capacity or whatever you initially said. Just add value to their network and walk away. Add value to their network and then walk away. And then don't expect anything in return with that outreach. Because I think a fatal error that most people make in those instances is they're like, oh, well, hey, let me send you my customer packet in the meantime, just so we can get that going. It's like, pay attention to what they're saying and how they're saying. And I think it's only a matter of time. And again, like, are you really going to add value to them? And are you going to continue to follow up? Because I think like that is a key value add that you can bring is you can display your communication skills and your attention to detail in those moments. And that's just going to set you up for success. And I think that if they tell you that and they don't respond from that asking for permission to do it, I think that, you know what? My personal thing is I'll follow up still. I'll follow up in a couple months. I won't do like an everyday thing. So I hope that helps answer your question out there. And again, you guys, that was a question I literally got DM'd here before the show started. So throughout the week I'll answer them, you guys. But obviously, if every Friday is designated for Q&A day, so if you have something to be answered live on the show on Friday, just DM it over to me, you guys, and we do that every single Friday. But if you got something that's pressing happening during the week, if it's operationally or sales or whatever, just let me know. I'm here to help in any way I can, you guys. Andrew Teal says, I'm not asking to be added. I'm asking to replace where it makes sense, but we won't know where it makes sense until I, quote, improve myself. I mean, I don't think that's a bad reply at all. I've actually never tried that. I might try that, Teal. I'll tell you what, Teal, the beauty of somebody like me who puts out content is I'm actually fucking building a book of business and selling. So I'll use that line and I'll use that because that's a real thing. And I'll let you know. I'll let you know the feedback that I get. Louis Montano, good morning, sir. Thank you for tuning in. All right, you guys. Let me see here. First, sorry, my computer's acting up. First article we are going to break down today. I thought this was pretty cool. This is coming from ttnews.com, excuse me. ttnews.com, and this is from Samsara launches investment fund for industry startups. Mentorship, access to customers will be provided. Let me see here. In addition to expanding its own product offering, Samsara is investing in other technology companies that are developing innovative products and services aimed at improving safety, efficiency, and sustainability in connected operations. The fleet telematics provider announced a new investment fund, Samsara Ventures, to provide seed funding for startups that could integrate with Samsara's growing technology ecosystem. We're leaving no stone unturned when it comes to innovation, said Samsara CEO and co-founder Sanjit Biswas. And they said that at the annual conference. Along with monetary investments, Samsara Ventures will provide mentorship from their leadership team, access to customers and industry partners, and are offering the opportunity to build products that connect with their connected operations cloud. At the conference, let me see. At the conference, Samsara highlighted its support for next-generation fuel card provider ATOB, electric vehicle charging and payment company Blue Dot, and Hubble Network, a global satellite network that connected Bluetooth-enabled devices. Let me see here. Another Samsara-backed venture is Polymath Robotics, which is developing automated driving technology for off-road vehicles that were out there. And then during the conference, Polymath CEO and co-founder Stefan Seltz Axmacher presented a demonstration of the technology by remotely operating an unmanned agricultural tractor on a private site in Modesto. Remote operations can control that, and then you can issue commands to these vehicles directly from Samsara. And then Polymath, much like the prior venture, aims to use teleoperation technology to create safer jobs and more home time for workers through remote operation by automating off-highway vehicles instead of on-highway vehicles. I think this is cool, right? Like at the end of the day, I think that that they're putting their money where their mouth is, and they're giving them access to their customer base as well as their leadership team. I think that for most startups, and again, that this is somebody who is bootstrapping their operations and really going for it, like seeing that there's a company like a Samsara that's out there investing in the startup community and putting a fund together. I think it's great, right? Like I love seeing it. And it's going to give somebody a phenomenal opportunity to get their business connected and taken off to the next level with something like this, right? So it's like, to me, I always love seeing this. I love seeing like the investment community. Again, if you're looking for investment and stuff, like this is great. And I'd love to see more and more of this, right? Because it always breeds innovation and it breeds a new way of doing things, right? It's like if you're out there looking for some of the new and emerging technologies, talking about automated, developing automated driving technology for off-road vehicles and, like dump trucks and bulldozers and ag equipment, like it's pretty sweet, right? At the end of the day, to see the innovation and stuff that's coming through it. So I thought that was a good article. And I always love seeing people trying to work with the startup community and everything as well. And that article was from ttnews.com, and it was Samsara launches investment fund for industry startups. And then let me see here. John Tay Reed, what is up? Good morning to you. Patrick Provance, still not getting LinkedIn notifications. On another note, he got the setup paperwork for a major ammunition manufacturer. He's been prospecting for months. Let's go. Dude, Patrick, that is fantastic, man. Congratulations, dude. Honestly, that is fantastic that you got onboarded there, man. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. This is kind of flying under the radar. This next one, I'm not really seeing anybody talk about it in the industry. Granted, I hadn't looked too hard for it this morning, but it looks like Convoy, another round of layoffs. And this is from geekwire.com. And this came out yesterday afternoon at 1:00. Trucking marketplace Convoy makes more layoffs and citing customer service efficiency gains. So Seattle-based trucking marketplace Convoy has conducted another round of layoffs, its fourth in the past year. The company confirmed on GeekWire. The cuts impact the company's customer experience operations team. Convoy did not disclose how many people lost their jobs and did not provide an updated overall headcount. LinkedIn lists at more than 800. Obviously, we know how accurate social media can be at times. Earlier this year, we staffed this team at levels necessary to ensure a smooth transition to our new dedicated service model and to be prepared for potential freight rebound. With our customer service model transition complete and demonstrating efficiency levels double of that of 2022 in most cases, coupled with a delayed rebound in the overall freight market, we are now right-sizing staff levels accordingly. And then Convoy said the adjustment is specific to and does not extend beyond the customer experience operations team that was out there. Convoy previously made layoffs in February when it closed in its Atlanta office. And then last year, cuts were also made in October and June. It is, let me see, Grant Goodell, who's a co-founder, announced last week that he's stepping down from his position as chief experience officer and transitioning to an advisory role by the end of the month. Dan Lewis discussed the state of the trucking industry at and more during a GeekWire event on June 15th. And then it goes on, talks about their market valuation. I personally, I don't know. This is just me speaking completely out on this. I always hate seeing people lose their job. Like, I'm not sitting here celebrating anything other than I think that, especially, this is just my assumption. When you see the co-founder stepping down from a main role like this, my gut leads me to think that they're going to be acquired or they're shedding more to be acquired. Like, I think that there might be something that's in there where the co-founder is cashing out. Dan Lewis is going to be the face to walk him through the acquisition. And then I wouldn't be surprised if that gets announced here. I'm pretty sure I called that a couple of months ago, that I think that the more that they lay off is there's going to be more that they're shedding headcount to complete an acquisition. That's just my guess here, you guys. I don't have any fucking inside information. I don't even speak to anybody over at that company. This is just my guess, right? Like, when you're seeing they're closing locations, they're shedding staff, they're going to claim efficiencies. And then that little caveat of the co-founder stepping into an advisory role, I wouldn't be surprised if he cashed out and that it's going to be a acquisition here. An acquisition, or they're going to merge with somebody. That's just my fucking gut. I'm calling that. You guys heard it here first on the 27th of June that the Freight Coach is guessing that Convoy is going to be acquired here soon. And that's where it is. That's just a guess. So geekwire.com put that out there. And as always, if you were affected by those layoffs, you guys reach out to me if you're looking for a job. Like, I got a vast network of people that I'm connected with, and I know there's a lot of people that are hiring. I know all the right recruiters in the industry as well. I'll put you in touch with the right people. All right. At the end of the day, I don't like seeing anybody lose their jobs. But if you were affected by this, DM me. I can put you in contact with the right people out there, you guys. And then hell, you know what? If you want to sell freight and talk to your boy. Freight Coach Logistics is always hiring the right people. So talk to me if you're looking for that role. But if you're looking for it to stay on the tech side of things, let me know. I can do that. I can put you in contact with somebody. Let's see here. We got shoot, hold on. I got to reply to a customer here, you guys. Sorry. As always, I'm out here making this stuff, building my book of business as well. All right, sorry about that. Now back to the show. I said, you guys, I'm building my book of business as well. That customer response time is everything. All right, next article, freightwaves.com. Florida trucking company owner accused in $100 million Ponzi scheme. This I saw this the other day, and oh man, here we go. Of course, it's in Florida. So Florida Man articles are like my fucking favorite, right? Like if you Google your birthday in Florida Man, you'll have some fun with that. But anyways, back to the article. Florida Man faces multiple federal charges for allegedly operating a $100 million Ponzi scheme through his over-the-road trucking company, Royal Bengal Logistics Incorporated. Sanjay Singh, 43 of Coral Springs, Florida, is accused of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and engaging in transactions of unlawful proceeds from the Department of Justice. Federal prosecutors allege Singh, founder and president of Royal Bengal Logistics, organized the Ponzi scheme with others who were not named in the DOJ. According to them, beginning in 2020, Singh and his co-conspirators held RBL out to potential investors as a thriving and successful trucking business, all while their actual trucking business lost money. In the process, Singh and his co-conspirators made material misrepresentations and material omissions about the riskiness of investing in them and the profitability of their trucking operations. However, how RBL would pay its investors and how it would use investor funds. Through these misrepresentations and omissions, Singh and his co-conspirators raised $100 million from investors, which they used in part to pay existing investors promised returns. And they said the scheme was ongoing all the way up until his arrest. RBL has 166 power units and 91 drivers, according to the FMCSA. Singh was indicted by a federal grand jury on the 14th of June. He was arrested this week by U.S. Marshals and released on $1 million bond. Under the terms, he can't work in the trucking industry. He is expected to make his court appearance next Friday. If somebody has, I wonder what their MC is. Check their MC and see. Check their MC. I bet you that they fucking reincarnate, because the FMCSA doesn't hold anybody fucking accountable for any of this stuff. He's seeking 150 years in prison. He's seen faced with 150 years in prison. It's insane. Like it's absolutely insane. Because it's like, again, criminals are going to break the law no matter what. And for me, it is like you can literally, I don't know, the fact of committing a crime and going to jail scares the absolute shit out of me. A, I'm way too pretty to go to jail, but B, I just like the amount that of effort that you have to put in to raise that much money. You could have built a legitimate $100 million company. I'm convinced of that. And, but at the end of the day, people are going to do what they do. It's good to see that the DOJ is prosecuting this, though, in doing that. I mean, if he has any family relations to certain people, I'm sure he'll get released on just a slap on the wrist and pay a fine. But anyways, you guys, that article, I just wanted to bring that up. That was from freightwaves.com, and it was Florida trucking company accused in a $100 million Ponzi scheme. I just feel like, just do stuff the right way and the money will come in time. Tony Darnell says no to Andrew Teal's response on there. And then Teal says, I figured it was better than, oh, come on, pretty please. I could save you 15%. Tony, I do not need rage. Darnell says, I hate quotes. All vendors do this, lost leaders to get in the door, and then bam, you're paying too much. Take the feedback from them, you guys. At the end of the day, he's the one who's taking all of your inbound solicitations. And that is just, let me see. That is just, fact. That is just fact. All right, you guys, let's see here. We don't have time for one more article. There's another one. This came out last week, you guys, but I wanted to talk about this briefly. It's just another update on this is from FreightWaves, where I found this one. I was going to break it down, but it was an update on California's AB5 argument. Trucking in state hasn't become more chaotic. The latest filing state cites developments since independent contract law went into effect, and it goes into a ton of updates on OIDA, and it goes or not on OIDA. It goes into some updates on the AB5 thing, which again I have broke down multiple times on this show. And just a quick recap, I think AB5 is a fucking joke. It's an attack on small business. I believe that it is the furthest thing from a free market that is out there, and it absolutely punishes small business and independent operators that are out there. So that's just my quick recap on what it is, but there's a lot of good information in there. And I would definitely recommend going and checking that article out. And again, keep that informed. If you're moving freight inside of the state of California, you're going to want to know about this stuff, you guys. So yeah. But that is going to be it for today. And just another quick reminder, you guys, get those videos into green screens. All right. If you guys have a crazy logistics story, Green Screens is running a campaign for National Logistics Day. You guys reach out to them and you get a $500 gift card, right? The winner gets a $500 gift card, right? Like I'll take $500 any day of the week. Any fucking day of the week. And especially if it's just me creating a video about a crazy logistics story. I know you guys all have them. So reach out to them, you guys. And if you need somebody to reach out to directly over there, just give me a heads up. I'll put you in contact with them. I'm here to help in any way I can, you guys. But that's going to be it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. As always, you guys, if you guys got value in this, subscribe and share the show. Rank the show. You guys, if you're watching over on YouTube, The Freight Coach, hit that little subscribe button. If you're following this up on the audio only replay on iTunes and Spotify, hit that subscribe button and then rank the show. If you think I give 5-star information, hit your boy up with a 5-star rating out there, you guys. That's how we reach more and more people at the end of the day, because if you see value in this, your network's going to see value in this as well. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and we'll be talking to you soon.